I think I have a problem. I've lost track of what I've kept in here. And it's costly. I don't think I've ever really done a what's in my camera bag video, so here's my first attempt at it. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Now, I'm making this ahead of the event ProFusion. Now, what's ProFusion? I don't know what my reach really is, so I guess I'll have to explain this to you guys. In Toronto, for the first Wednesday and Thursday of November, VizTech, which is a fairly large Canadian-based camera store. I don't know where they're based out of, actually. I think they're somewhere here in Ontario. I don't recall exactly where. If you look up Google, if you search it up, I don't know how long they've been doing it. I just know that for the past 2 years, I've been going to this event. It's free. It's hosted at the Metro Toronto Convention Center downtown. It's spread across 2 days, and they invite all sorts of companies to come over. You've got, I go there because Canon's going to be there. I know Sony is there, Nikon, Fuji, Sigma, Tamron, DJI, Small Rig, Peak Design shows up there. I think I've seen the guys that make the Jackery, those portable power generators. I've seen DaVinci Resolve there. Print shops, video industry companies that are there. DaVinci did I say DaVinci Resolve already? I know they had a booth there for the past couple of years. They have speakers. They invite people to talk about content creation and photography, the whole works. It is for such a small space, it is a very big event. And I've been going for the past couple of years. I know I already did one video of it the first year I went. I did actually shoot it last year, but I wasn't crazy about the footage, so I didn't bother editing or anything like that or releasing a video on it. But it's a really fun event to go. It's always timed so perfectly that when I am off work for a week. So it gives me something to do. It doesn't cost anything. God, that's a win. And it's always deadly for me to go because they also do sell a lot of stuff there as well. If you just go to the back, you walk the floor, you see what you're interested in. If you want to buy it, they've got a kiosk in the back that directly ties you to VizTech. And they're the ones that does the sales. I don't think they keep much stock on hand, especially if it's like the big items. They probably have them at their warehouse or their store. But they also do offer show discounts too. So it's like, oh, if you have a very deep credit card or bank account and you're into photography, you can probably spend a lot of money there. I know I would, but except I've already spent that money. Kids needed braces. I just changed one of my. I just switched over to my winter tires. One of my winter tires was busted. I had to replace that. Oh look, your brake pads are low. You got to replace those too. Oh, God. Oh, your daughter is turning 13. You need to host a big birthday party for her. Oh my God. Okay. Oh boy. It's yeah. And I've already started the braces procedures too. Yeah, I'm committed to that for at least 3 years. I hope nothing happens to my car in that time. Okay. Don't worry. Without further ado, let's check out what I've accumulated over the years too. First up is this, my camera bag. This is the Lowepro ProTactic BP450 AW2. I got this off an auction for, I know I got it for less than $200. I don't remember exactly. It was a number of years ago. This thing's pretty big and hefty. It carries everything. So, especially now that I got my Saturdays, and I'm doing all these nature walks or just photo walks, this thing is pretty much stuck to my back. And in it is quite a bit of stuff. For starters, let me start with the camera. Since I'm filming with it, I can't show it to you. Maybe I'll do some B-roll on that. Is my Canon EOS R7. And on it, I'm filming it with the RF 35mm f1.8 macro. It's actually a pretty good combination. I wouldn't mind getting something that's a little wider. I was actually looking at the 16mm f2.8 one time. That was on an auction. I didn't win it, unfortunately. But even then, I got this lens for cheaper, direct from Canon. It was, I think they knocked off $150 because it was damaged packaging. All right, so where am I going to start? That R7 was a replacement for this, my Canon EOS M50. Yep, this is the M series line, which Canon has now discontinued. On it right now is my Sigma 18-300 f3.5 to 6.3 DC. This is a contemporary lens. It's got OS on it too. I have it adapted. This is an EF lens. This is actually surprisingly powerful little combination here. The M50 has, I think it was a 24 megapixel sensor, a Digic 8 processor, single card slot with, what was the battery again? It was the LPE 12E, I believe. Yep, LPE 12. It's a kind of a weakish battery. Oh, did I put it in the wrong? But I got this way back. Oh, I one of the people that got me into this camera was Peter McKinnon. He was talking, he was raving about it. It's a powerful little camera for such a small package that's not very expensive. And I know like a number of people that have gotten their start on YouTube using something like this too. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I was thinking maybe I could sell it off or trade it in for an upcoming purchase, but you know what? My daughter's been getting into taking photos with it. On occasions she will go with me on these walks, and she wants a camera as well. She doesn't want to do the phone camera thing, so I've been giving her this, so maybe she can learn off of it. This is actually the first camera I was learning how to shoot manual on. Surprisingly capable. It just doesn't have the ergonomics of my R7, which that thing with the Digic X processor and the fast burst speed on it. This camera really reignited my love for wanting to take pictures. I can just take more pictures with it. Dual card slots, V90s I got in there. I got a pair of 128 Lexar V90s. I just actually got a set of 256 Lexar V90s as well. Surprisingly fast. Not exactly cheap, but considering this camera, I really do like my R7. I really do. The capability difference between these two cameras is significant. So I'm very happy with what I got there, but more on that later. My DJI Action 4. I had the original Action, and that was actually a pretty good camera. That one actually, my Action 1 replaced my GoPro 1, and now this replaces my Action 1. That's been my sort of upgrade roadmap with when it comes to action cameras. Sometimes I mount this on my camera on the very top, kind of like what Jared Brolin does. It's got me some interesting footage, and plus with it being waterproof, I took this with me to Cuba. I got it wet. Of course, I did damage my first one because I left the door open by accident, and the kids took it into the water at the water park at Great Wolf Lodge in Niagara Falls. Yeah, I couldn't see myself not having one of these, so I got it replaced. And oh, yeah, another DJI product, the Pocket 3. Actually I still have it, but the Pocket 1, I don't know if it still works or not. Good question. I don't think you're charged up, but do you still work? You should. Oh, hey! Yeah, check that out. 71%. It's been a while since I've charged you. Wow, you're still holding. Whew. When this first came out, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. So I didn't upgrade to the 2, but man, when I saw the 3 and its form factor, larger 1-inch sensor, I think, oh, you know, it's a good time to actually upgrade. So that's what I did. Retirement shelf. I've got one. It's right there. I'll get to that later. So yeah, this one I got as with the creator package. So it has the extended grip, and the extended battery grip, the one mic, and the tripod as well. And I think also came with the wide angle lens, which I don't use very often, to be honest. Oh, another DJI product. I just got this one through an auction. Didn't pay too much for it. I think I got it for... I think I got this for $150. The RS3 Mini, the Ronin. My daughter's birthday, like I said, is coming up. I might do a video on that, so maybe this will help with that. I have gotten this the way it looks, why it looks like this right now, because I actually been playing around with it. I was balancing the my R7 with that 35mm on this. Got it. Speaking of RF mounts, I have the RFS 10 to 18. What's the aperture on this again? It's actually pretty small, if I recall. Yeah, it is a f3 4.5 to a 6.3 IS-STM. I took this with me to Cuba to get some nice wide shots, especially of the beach. And I thought maybe I'll just return it. Actually, this thing, I ended up not returning. I actually quite like it. It's very small. It's almost not quite pancake lens. And it's got me some pretty decent shots. Some wide, nice, wide shots. And it's not exactly macro, but you can get surprisingly close with this thing. That went over here. Oh. This is an EFM 22mm f2. This almost lives on the my M50. That lens, the 18-300, again, I took that with me to Cuba. It's a good travel lens. It's lightweight. It's got good reach. The aperture is, yeah, it's a little slow. It's variable aperture. But, you know, for something that small, this is small as well with the 22. Surprising, this would be an f2. Yeah, this I keep almost exclusively on my M50, unless my daughter is using it because she wants the versatility of that zoom. I have to teach her about aperture. Mental note. Oh, yeah. This one. This is my workhorse beef monster, the Sigma EF 18-35 f1.8 DC art lens. This thing is, oh, it's almost legendary. It's got good sharpness all around. Constant aperture at f1.8. I like this on my R7, to be honest. I know it's not got no OS. It's fine. It would have been nice if it had OS for video work, but it doesn't. I picked this up used at Henry's, I believe. I don't know. I don't know if I'll replace this or not. I don't think I can balance this on the gimbal. I should give that a try. Internal zooming. I know the Sigma has a replacement. It was like 17mm to 40 f1.8, if I remember right. When I go to ProFusion, I'll look it up and I'll try it and I'll maybe do a side-by-side comparison. But you know, this thing's legendary. This coupled with their 50 to 100 f1.8, I almost bought that. I didn't, and I'll show you why I did not later. But yeah, that combination, especially with an APS-C camera like this, ooh, so cool. This is a Canon 50mm f1.2L lens. This is one of two L lenses that I have. Is this a version 1 or version 2? I think this is version 1. Excellent. Yeah, this is the older one. I haven't gotten too many shots with this. I wish I do. It really does distort the background quite a bit, if you can, especially if you do it properly. It's an f1.2. What do you expect? This is only a fairly recent edition, so I don't have a lot of shots with this. But I would really love to see this on a full frame camera. It's nice on my R7, but I would love to get my hands on a full frame camera. More on that later. To really see, especially at 50mm focal length, because the Canon APS-C has a 1.6 times crop, so this will be closer to like 82mm focal length by comparison. I know I said I was going to do a video with it. I did not actually do it, so I'm going to scrap the whole idea of doing that three-way comparison with the drones I picked up. So I might as well reveal it now. This is what I kept. but it's not the only one. I kept this one too. I kept the Neo, and I kept the Mini 4 Pro. Why? Yeah, this thing sets up easy. I pull it out, I turn it on, I can launch it from right here on the spot. No need for a remote. But this one captures the better image. So convenience, quality. I decided not just have them both. Now I am going to put up the Mini 4K Pro for sale. If I haven't already done so by now, have a look around. Please help me buy it because I need to pay for my kids' braces. Okay, I had to do this introduction as 2 pieces. Firstly, this is the Mikey drop-in variable ND filter adapter. This is what I'm using almost exclusive. Well, I shouldn't say almost. This is used exclusively on the R7 for when I'm adapting all the EF glass to the camera. And why am I using this one? Well, simply put, because I can use these. This one's a CPL. I've got a VND for it as well. And it just saves me so much more money having to just buy this one piece versus getting ND and CPL for this, and then for the 50 mil, and then for the 18 to 35, and for the 35-1.8 over there, or even my wildlife zoom lens. This thing is the biggest reason why I'm still using older EF glass. Second biggest reason why is because some of the older EF glass they've got a really nice look to it. Well, okay, it's not just a nice look. It's also significantly cheaper than buying a brand new RF lens. Okay, future me. I'm stupid. While I was talking about the mic adapter, I completely forgot to talk about the most used lens that I even have. What did I just drop? Battery. Okay. And you saw it. I just didn't talk about it. That is the Canon EF 7200 f2.8L. This is the version 2 with IS. It's USM. This thing I use the absolute most on my R7. I'll talk about it later, have the version 1, and this is that replacement. You'll find out what happened later. So I just wanted to add this in because stupid me, I didn't notice. I didn't talk about it while I was editing it, so I'm gonna go back to editing. I'm gonna give it back to past stupid me. Give me a sec to breathe because this one is hefty. I did say wildlife lens, right? So this is what I'm using. This is the Sigma EF 150 to 600. It is an f5 to 6.3 OS DG Contemporary. Contemporary means this is their cheaper line of lenses. But it's a lot of people use this lens, even especially with the R7. But God, this thing, when you first try it, it does feel fairly light. But because of the weight distribution, check it. It's going to the front for a fresh second. Okay, it's fairly back heavy, and then you fully extend it, and it becomes very front heavy. The fatigue you get carrying this around all day is real. So yeah, build up those muscles, guys. If you're using this, if you're into wildlife, it's gonna help a lot. Your muscles and your back, they'll thank you. And that has been my setup for quite a while. There's also my retirement shelf too. 1 second. Okay, there's a reason why I call this a retirement shelf. These guys are things I don't use anymore, or they're busted. Okay, maybe I should start with the things I don't use anymore. Yeah. First up, the Nifty 50. Canon's famous little 50mm f1.8. This one is a version 2 with the plastic mount. I think I bought this used. This thing was noisy. I mean, what can I say? It's not the most accurate thing around. Doesn't fit that one either. I got this again because Peter McKinnon kept talking about it, saying anyone that wants to take photography with any sort of degree of seriousness, you have to have something like this. And yeah, I agree. I just didn't get to use as much as I wanted, and then I ended up getting the 18 to 35. This was actually my first lens outside my kit lens. The old, venerable EF 75-300. This is an f4 to 5.6. This one's a version 3 with a USM motor. Yeah, I had this since my days with the. Did I have it with me? Yes, I used to have it with my Canon Rebel XT. I had brought it with me on my vacation trips as well, especially on my cruises. I got some decent shots out of it, but as a wildlife lens, this thing was really slow. I don't think it was the most accurate. Then again, I didn't have the most accurate camera systems back then either. Okay, those are the retired guys. These are the busted and retired guys. This one is an EFS 17 to 85. Oh gosh, this was an f4 to 5.6. Mind you, this was my very first image stabilized lens that I've ever owned. Yeah, I busted this thing. It's like, there's a little bit of a short pull, but I don't remember how I broke it. There's a few points where it sort of gets stuck when you're trying to pull zoom, and the autofocus motor, it doesn't quite work anymore either. But yeah, this thing got some pretty neat shots out of this too. On my T3. I don't think I used it much on my M50 because that's where I busted it anyways. Can't really talk much about this. I bought this thing used, but I think I overpaid for it though. This guy, I got this off an auction. It was a used Sigma 17 to 50 f2.8 EX HSM. This is one of their older lenses. This thing was actually pretty solid. This almost exclusively lived on my M50 for a while. I did try a little bit with my R7 and I dropped it. Again, I busted the autofocus motor on this. At some points, I forgot which focal length the autofocus just stops working. Now, in terms of image quality, I think this was a little bit better than my 1835. Kind of miss it. And of course, I've mentioned it before, my version 1 70-200 f2.8L. This is a non-IS lens. When I picked this up, I took it. My first time taking that was to my daughter's dance recital gala at the Chinese Cultural Center. And the images that came out, I just fell in love with it. Absolutely gorgeous. I just felt like after I started using it, I just like, okay, I can't live without one. That's why I got the version 2 as a replacement when I dropped this thing. How'd I drop it? It was at the Japanese Cultural Center during cherry blossom season. I had mounted it. I took some pictures with it, and all of a sudden, when I was just let it hang, it went off. Oh no! Oh, it just. I mean, I had the lens cap on it, and I thought the lens cap took the brunt of the fall, but no. I think between 70 all the way to 200, autofocus just didn't work. I tried going manually. Maybe I just had to, no, couldn't even focus manually. Like, oh crap. This was my most expensive lens too, so this one kind of hurt. Those are all the retired and busted guys I have. If anyone can mention where I could take these. They're no use to me anymore. I really don't want to just trash them. I'm pretty sure there's some useful parts in it. If anyone knows, comment down below where I could take these to at least something I can find use for it. So that's been my gear evolution, procession, roadmap. That's what I had. This is what I have. And what does that mean for me down the road? Well, like I said, ProFusion's happening, and I am going on the second day, which is the Thursday, November the 6th. Why that day? Well, there's supposed to be I think it's a product announcement or some sort of event that's going to happen there. The only thing that's being announced around that day is Canon's EOS R6 Mark III, along with a 40mm lens. I think it's going to be an f1.2 STM, a non-L lens. And I'm pretty excited about this camera. I was talking earlier about wanting to go full frame. If I'm going to go full frame, based on everything I've been hearing about, that's the camera for me. That's the one I'm aiming for. Was it 32 megapixel sensor? The one that they pull it off the new C50. Rumored to have at least one CF Express Type B card slot. The other one being a UHS 2. Improved DVF. And if I start doing more videos, full-size HDMI slot. And there's too many to list. There's a whole litany of video features that's going onto this camera. And it's got me interested. And as you've seen, most of the lenses I still use, most of the lenses that I'm using right now, they're all full frame glass. Older, some of them, sure, but God, could you imagine that 50 f1.2 on that on R6 camera, or my 70 to 200? I'm just trying to picture it. I would love to stick those onto a full frame camera, and like that R6 III is what I'm going to be aiming for. And the other thing I'm looking at right now as well is the Canon RF 200 to 8, was it 200 or was it 300? The 200 to 800 zoom lens. That thing, I haven't tried it yet. That's the one. That's one thing that's holding me back at the moment. For the past couple of years since its release, it's been hard to find in stock, let alone having a place that actually has it, that allows you to try it and feel it or mount it. When I went to ProFusion last year, Canon had it. They had it there. Problem is, it broke it broke in transit, and they wouldn't let me mount it on my R7 because I guess they didn't want to take the risk that the damaged lens would damage my camera. Okay, fine. But even since then, I have not found one retail that has it on display for me to try it. And I really don't want to rent it either. I don't have the money for that. I'd rather go to a store, put it on, give it a try, see if it works. And I would really love to do that because I at least got to feel the lens. It feels lighter than the Sigma. Like, on paper, this lens is lighter than the Canon. Feeling it, I don't believe it though, because one thing I do notice is that that Canon lens is probably like a couple inches longer. So even though on paper it's heavier, that weight is distributed throughout more lens body. So it's not weighing down as much. It's spread more across. When I use this, I do notice that it doesn't. Maybe I gotta play around with the settings. I'm not sure. I do have the USB dock for this. The optical stabilization doesn't seem to communicate very well with my R7. I do notice, especially when I'm zoomed all the way out, it is quite shaky. And so, Christopher Frost, his video on this is what sold me on this. And I've seen the OS from his point of view. It looked really good. It looked really stable. I don't know why, but when I use it, maybe it's because it's with the R7 having IBIS, it doesn't seem to work all that well. I'll play around with the settings. I'll give it another shot. I'm not sure, so I'll update the firmware and I'll tinker around with the settings. Maybe that's the reason why, I don't know. But if the Canon RF lens, if that works straight onto my R7, I wouldn't mind trading this thing in for the Canon. The only thing I worry about is that a lot of people have complained that it breaks really easily. I mean, heck, at ProFusion, they arrived with it and it was busted. And along with many other YouTubers, ones I follow, a lot of them are saying the same thing. There's a good chance that because of the cheaper construction build to keep costs down, and it's in Canadian dollars, it's it's almost $3,000 lens. It doesn't sound cheap, but considering what you're getting, a 200 to 800, and it's less than $3,000 Canadian, that's a value. Now, of course, I got to cut corners or somewhere. So I guess one of them was a construction build. So Thursday I'll be at ProFusion. Hopefully I'll get to try that lens. I'll get to try that. Oh, another thing I also want to look up is also, you guys saw it. I got a lot of DJI stuff. 2 drones, action cam, the pocket, the gimbal. Heck, why don't I throw in the 360 cam while I'm at it? I've seen the DJI 360 on auction so far 3 times. It's gone up 3 times. I did try bidding on them, but they still went beyond more than what I was willing to pay for. Because it's so brand new, you're pretty much paying full price for it, even on auction sites anyways. So I wouldn't mind adding that on and do like what Jared Brolin, Brolin, is it Brolin? No. Jared from Frono's Photo. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, especially if I'm going to be doing these nature walks. I'll stick it on my camera. I'll leave it up so that way you can get like a 360 view of what I'm seeing when I go out on these nature walks and doing some wildlife shoots. I think that's a really cool idea. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Not to really copy him. There's no way I can really. That guy is a master. So who am I kidding? But I think it's just a really cool idea. Only thing is, with the lens not being user replaceable, they are replaceable, but you have to send it into DJI and they gotta do it for you. Now, I've heard reports from Sean from Air Photography. He says that he did the math. It's cheaper to send it in, have DJI do it for you, versus Insta360's user replaceable lenses on their X5. It's cheaper. But the caveat is that you're going to be out of a camera for a while. Like maybe a few days to a few weeks, who knows. So I don't know, maybe I'll wait for a second generation, or if I can land a good price on it on auction, I might add a 360 camera to my kit as well. Just something I'm thinking about, I'm not sure yet. But while I'm at ProFusion, last year I ran into Simon Yates from The Ordinary Filmmaker. He was at the Canon booth, and suddenly I just heard that very familiar, distinct voice of his, and like, Simon Yates, Ordinary Filmmaker, HeadlessChicken. Of course he didn't know who it was. I don't expect anyone to know who I am, but I know he does respond to my to some of my comments. He says that he does try and read through them all. He has read mine before. We've had small discussions on camera stuff on his channel. So that's pretty cool. I know I ran into Anthony Gagliola last year. He's the one that introduced me to this whole event the year before. Didn't get to talk to him much. He was busy trying to film some stuff, obviously. Casey from Camp Conspiracies, I would love to see him there. He has this really weird, quirky thing going on, how he films and how he presents. Really knowledgeable guy from what I can tell as well. He'll be so much fun to talk to. It would be really cool to run into, Peter McKinnon and Matty Hopoya, those guys, or even those 2 guys from Petapixels. Why can't I think of their names? Right, Chris Nichols and Jordan Drake from Petapixel. I know they're in Calgary or Edmonton. They're in one of those prairie provinces, but coming to this event, that would be really cool. God, who else? Oh, there's so many YouTubers. Sean from Air Photography.
Good day, folks. Sean here from Air Photography.
It'll be really cool running into those guys. I know it looks like I'm gushing, and I am. But just running into these guys on YouTube, I watch them, I subscribe to them, I comment. It's like running into your favorite Hollywood actor in the middle of the streets. I've, which I have not done, by the way. But it's that same feeling. It's like, oh, cool. I watch you guys. I like you guys. I love what you guys do. It'll be really cool running into them at this event. And I will be there Thursday. Now, that can announcement, it's supposed to be around 1 a.m., I think, for that day. And I know Simon Yates at Ordinary Filmmaker, he's going to do a live podcast with a live streaming, sorry. I'll see if I can stay up for that and to watch it and then still go to this event on Thursday at the same time and hopefully just be jacked up on coffee and running around and learning as much as I can as well. Because that's another thing about this event. It's you got these workshops and these and speakers from a lot of people from across the YouTube industry and everything. Oh God, it's really cool event to go to, and I really wish I could gear up a bit more for this, if not for the fact that I've got two kids that are just draining me budgetly. So, what can I say? It's part of becoming an adult, I guess. My life's over. But to anyone that's out there that's watching this, if you're coming to ProFusion, if you see me there, say hi. I wouldn't mind it. I've run into one person that actually watches my video. That's just the coolest feeling ever. And who knows? Maybe we can connect. Till then, I'll see you there.